Time to speak with our friend Stephanie Mansour about the 21-step challenge that we've been talking about over the last month, right?
Right, yes.
Okay, so we've talked about nutrition, we've talked about exercise. Okay, now we're at the point where maybe you've cut down on the carbs and eating all the right food, but nothing's happening. You're not losing the weight anymore. So people always wonder, what's the next step? What do I do? So that's why we brought Stephanie. Why do you hit these plateaus?
Yeah.
And when you do, what do you do?
Right. So it's like anything, Sylvia. You know, if you're doing the same thing over and over again, it's bound to get a little bit redundant. So that's why with the free 21-day challenge, it's 21 days. And with my private weight loss clients, I normally do change things up every, 2 to 3 weeks. So after you've done the 21-day challenge at stepitupchallenge.com, then it's time to kind of see, okay, what's working and what's not working. So I do have some women that have gone through the challenge, and I wanted to share them with you and share what kind of happened afterwards. So this is Dimitri, and she lost 9 pounds in the 21 days, and her biggest hurdle before joining the challenge is that she felt like a failure. She had tried so many diets and workout programs, and they just weren't working for her. So one of the problems when you are doing an exercise program or diet plan and it isn't working, one of the problems, and that can really set you at a plateau for a long period of time, for Dimitri, and it was over 20 years, she was stuck. Her mind was not in the right place. So when you are hating on your body, when you don't like yourself, you're not going to consistently be good to yourself. So when you're at a plateau, think about the thoughts that you're saying to yourself first before you start addressing the food or the workouts. Does that make sense?
It does, and that's what I love about you is these mind blocks can really hold you back. It's not just what you're eating or what you're doing exercise-wise. It's all about the mind.
Right,
too.
it is, yes. And that's something you want to make sure that you feel confident, you feel committed, and you feel like no matter what, it's going to work for you.
Okay, and you have somebody else too.
Yes, so we have someone else. So next up is Heather, and Heather had some really unhealthy eating habits that she was going through, and she was on the go a lot, and she was eating a lot of frozen meals, but then she had no energy, so she was also drinking 5 or 6 cups of coffee a day. So, no matter how much you're exercising, if that nutrition isn't on point,
it's not going to make a difference.
Right, so you might still be at a plateau. So even if you're hitting the gym really hard, doing a new workout program, you just need to be aware of what else is going on in your life. She was also very stressed out, so stress, as you know, can cause a lot of, fat to be held in the midsection. So if you're at a plateau and you feel like you're working out really hard, just remember to look at the nutritional aspect too. So caffeine can actually cause you to not be as hungry, and it messes with your blood sugar levels. So that would make sense as to why you might be eating a bigger meal or a frozen meal or 2 in the evenings.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, so so you've hit that plateau. You're thinking about nutrition. You're thinking about exercise. Should you cut back on exercise? Should you cut back on nutrition?
Great point.
I mean, on food, on certain foods?
I feel like you know the order that I was going to share all these ladies in.
Yes,
so next up we have, I believe we have Lauren, and so she's a little younger here. She's in her 20s, and she lost 10 pounds in the challenge, and her biggest issue was she wasn't working out hard enough. So you could be at the gym for 45 minutes and doing cardio, but if you're doing that, let's say you're going to a Zumba class 5 days a week and you're like, why am I not losing weight?
Right.
Yeah, same thing over and over again. You need to change it up. You got to get your muscles to guess what's happening next. Now, she's in her 20s. I have had clients in their 50s, and the same tricks that worked for them in their 20s and 30s, really intense workouts, don't work anymore in their 50s. So I actually recommend slowing down the workouts if you have been hitting it really hard at the gym, if your nutrition has been on point and you're not losing weight or you're at a plateau. Do yoga, do Pilates, something more relaxing.
Which I like both of those too. Okay, some great ideas, and how can people get more information?
Yes, so you can join the free 21-day challenge at stepitupchallenge.com.
And it really is free, everybody,
yes,
right? People are like, well, it can't be free, but it's free.
It is, yes. Anything to help the women of America.
I love it. You do a great job. Thanks so much for coming in. Always great to have you here. So this is the final in our series that we've been doing with you, but we hope to have you back for some other things,
of course, yes.
Thanks, Stephanie.